Mount Cameroon is the highest mountain in Central Africa, a volcano that rises up from the volcanic beaches of the Gulf of Guinea, up to more than 4,000 meters above sea level. It hosts the Mount Cameroon National Park to conserve its unique landscapes, animals, and plant species. The mountain is one of the major biodiversity hotspots of the Guinean forests stretching along Western Africa. Volcanic landscapes, grassland savannas, as well as the dense coastal rainforests in the lower altitudes, create a conducive habitat for a unique wildlife. Antelopes, chimps, drills, hundreds of bird species and the African forest elephants are still found here. However, the region's biodiversity is at risk. Illegal logging, poaching, clearance for subsistence agriculture and large-scale plantations exert pressure on the park. Local farmers' poverty is driving the exploitation of the park's resources for selling bushmeat and timber as additional income sources. These ecosystem encroachments lead to a severe loss of biodiversity. Therefore, the protection of these ecosystems can only be successfully implemented in close cooperation with the local communities. Since 2006, the Ministry of Forestry and Wildlife of Cameroon is implementing a development program in 4 protected areas in the southwest region, including Mount Cameroon National Park. This program, which is co-financed by the Federal Republic of Germany, is supporting the park management. Apart from regular patrolling, wildlife surveys, ecotourism development and other activities, the program enhances the involvement of the local communities in the park management. Based on a conservation development agreement, the park is working together with the communities in nature protection. Therefore, support is given to improve local communities' livelihoods. Francis Naji facilitated the process of finding development activities for Etome village.
This water project came up through a conservation and development agreement between the park service and the communities. The community, the park sits with the community, and the community comes out with their worries and cries, and the park look at developmental projects which they might help to improve the livelihood of that community. And here in Etome, this water project was identified. Etome, which had a problem of water for a long time, over 20 years. Now Etome is enjoying water with 5 stand taps in the community. And now water is flowing and everybody is receiving water without any problem. Clean, good water.
The new access to water also offers new possibilities to improve the housing in the village by producing cement blocks. The program also supports farmers around Mount Cameroon National Park to improve their agricultural production and increase their incomes. Nurseries with improved varieties of cocoa and palm trees were established, and farmers received training on improved farming methods.
Formerly, we used to practice farming in a local way. In a local way in the sense that we had to cut the bush and burn it and then maybe waste the bush. We just use it for a period of time and then stop or cross to another forest just with bed. We are now trained on how we can be able to manage our forest for all our farmlands for a long period. It helps because of the modern techniques that we have been trained. With these palm trees, we produce oil, which we market. We produce kernels, which we market. The palm tree is as well used for timber production. It is used for building. We sell brooms from palm trees. See, even the chaffs which we produce with oil are sometimes used as local fuel for firewood production. In a period when we have shortage of firewood, like in the rainy season, the chaff produced from oil is very good for firewood. So obviously it is chief economic and it economizes all things.
In another nursery in Koto village, the program approaches the problems farmers were facing with ineffective plantain production.
At first, we had a problem of plantain planting materials because when we collect the suckers from the field, we go and plant. At the end, you realize that you lost at least about 50% of what you have planted.
New propagation techniques were introduced to grow plantain seedlings.
After filling this substrate in the propagator, we treat this substrate with insecticides and nematicides so that the plants that we are sowing inside here, they will be pest free. After 4 weeks, we take them to the next propagator. This one is the acclimatization chamber. This chamber now will help to facilitate the rooting of these plants. And after 2 weeks, we take them out to the nursery. With this new technique that has come, which has been brought to us by the Cameroon National Park and the Program for Sustainable Management of Natural Resources for the Southwest region, we have a process that when we follow, we have good and clean plantain planting materials.
So far, 440 farmers and their families are benefiting from the different micro-projects, and dozens of farmers have been trained to teach others on improved farming practices. Communities clearly see the advantages of having support and are keen to collaborate with the Mount Cameroon National Park Service to protect this unique nature and wildlife. The commitment to participate in conservation activities is high. As one example, people frequently come together to collect litter within the national park. The program successfully demonstrates that nowadays, nature conservation needs innovative approaches, working in partnership with the local communities for a sustainable future.